What is up, my Pringles? DOLFINLOVERMYLO here, back again with the videos of horror. I am so sorry for the last video. I am sorry for your ears falling off and your eyeballs, because I'm bad at editing and shit. Anywho, let me say what we're gonna do in this video today. So, I was about to do a next parter of the My Secret series since I haven't posted in such a long time. But I kind of rethought that since I had a very vivid dream, which actually was very interesting, and I thought, you know what? What if we make it into a video? So today's video will be actual, I have a good memory for dreams, and this dream was very detailed. Yeah. Anyways, stupid notifications. And so, yeah, anyway, let's get to it. This is DOLFINLOVERMYLO, and I'll see you on the outro. Later. Okay, so once upon a time, in a land far, far away from any civilization, honestly, there lived a king and a queen. They had a son. The kingdom loved their king and queen. They were very good rulers. They were very... honestly, they were just great. Everyone loved them. They didn't have any problems in the kingdom, and everyone was happy. Especially since their prince was very, and I'm not kidding, very attractive. This prince had a very specific, let's just say, feature to his personality. Since everyone in the kingdom, even his mother and father, have quirks, and every quirk is a reflection of a personality of the person. Young prince had 2 enormous red wings. Yes, very fluffy and very big, honestly. So the young prince grew, so did the kingdom, and so did the king and queen. But they grew in age. Sorry, I just felt like that would be a funny joke. Anywho, so, as I was saying, the kingdom grew and so did the prince. A few years pass, and the prince is not a prince anymore, and he's a young king. Not a king yet, but he will be soon. But his mother and father wish him to find a person to marry. So they set up a ball, which says that anybody from anywhere can actually visit the ball. They don't have anything against, peasants being the princes. They just want him to fall in love, because that's important. If you don't love the person you're gonna marry, like, the king did his mother, he would be very unhappy. Trust me, he knows, because he literally visited a lot of other kingdoms where the king and the queen weren't on such good terms. Anywho, so as the ball, sets in, the music starts playing. The prince is wearing, of course, a very, let's just say, attractive outfit, and it isn't exactly, appropriate for the ball. But who knows? It's the prince, and he can do whatever he wants, any shit. So, anywho, the ball slowly, is starting to pick up on the pace and pick up on some music and shit. Sorry, and stuff. And, the prince slowly dances with every single person, man or woman in the ballroom. He just stays away from the, older people, because he doesn't have a kink for old people. Who else? But still. Then, suddenly, he sees a person. The person's wearing a beautiful gray dress with a purple lining on the sides. The dress is very long, Yet it's not exactly a dress. It's something between a dress and a suit. It's very fascinating to the prince. The prince just looks at the person. The person is completely shocked since, their parents just dragged them to the ball without telling them anything. I mean, they're also an heir of a kingdom, but they would rather not say which kingdom because, trust me, you're gonna find out soon. So, anyways, this person is very, and I mean very attractive to the prince. The prince, of course, his name is Keigo Takami, also known by everybody else as Hawks, or the prestigious looking flirt, as the commoners used to call him very often. But it seems to him that this person is different. It's just something in his heart. The bird in him just takes over. His wings puff up like, he actually accidentally, knocks over two people by, his wings puffing up. And they're like, "Hey, why did you push me on the ground?" The prince apologizes, of course, it's, he doesn't know what happened either. But then he sees the person, which is called Listener, walking out into the garden since they're very nervous and they don't like to be in the middle of people. So they just walk away and they find the garden, which is very beautiful. And they love it. There's so many flowers there, and they sit next to a fountain, listen to the water bubbling, and the birds kind of chirping. I know it's night, but some birds still like owls and shit. So they're listening to the wind, and they're sitting, eyes closed, completely calm. Then they feel a hand on their, shoulder, and they're like, and the person that touches their arm, their shoulder is like, "Hi, hello." And they jolt, as in they quickly get up the chair and look who the hell touched them. As they see the prince, they bow to the ground with a stupidly big blush on their face, as in very embarrassed how the prince even managed to notice someone like them. As the prince slowly gestures to you to, get up because he doesn't want you to be on the ground or the floor or, bowing at all because you're very beautiful and handsome and everything, actually. You're just, perfect in every way. So he just, takes you by the hand and looks you in the eyes. As he does so, you immediately look away, since your quirk doesn't exactly, work well when someone looks into your eyes, since your dad is Toshisin, so which means, you have something of a, mind reading or mind controlling quirk. It's not exactly the best quirk to have, but still, you would rather not look someone in the eyes directly. But as we all know, Hawks just, casually grabs your chin and looks into your eyes even deeper. Your eyes are purplish and they have a pink and blue tint to them from the left and right. Hawks is mesmerized by your eyes. They are gorgeous. He can't stop looking at them. But he eventually does, and he moves his eyes towards your lips. Yes, your lips. I am not kidding. This guy just seriously just met you and he is already thinking about giving you a kiss. He's not thinking about giving you a really, let's just say a French kiss. He's not thinking about that. He just wants to give you a peck, like birds give pecks to each other. He really is thinking about it, but you just, casually push him away and you're like, "Okay, yeah, we're gonna go now. Bye." So you, bolt out of there, which makes Hawks, even more aroused, since he's like, "Ooh, I love it when they run." And that makes him chase you. Yes, chase you. you run into a bush maze where you hide from him. And since, thank gods, your mother has an invisibility quirk and your quirk is a mixture of your father's and mother's, you casually invisible yourself, although you don't have to take off everything you wear to do that. Your quirk is mixed with your clothes also turning invisible once you do that, so you don't have to worry about that. So you invisible yourself while the prince is casually searching for you. He doesn't know your name, but he really does want to find out who you are. So he's casually just looking for you, which makes you even more nervous. So you try to hide in the bushes, although your dress gets ripped while you do that. Dress slash suit gets ripped. So you're there, half stuck in the bushes, half with a ripped, outfit, and the prince is standing behind you. "Well, what do we have here?" says the prince with a very calm, yet kind of seductive way. You are completely stuck and you have no idea what's gonna happen. The prince just, grabs you by the waist very gently and pulls you out. You are redder than the reddest tomato you have ever seen. Your whole body is shivering, you're sweating like crazy, and you have no idea why the actual flip are you doing this. You are just... You're just, standing there casually looking him in the eyes. His beautiful, golden eyes. Stop thinking about that. You say to yourself whilst, casually just dusting off the leaves and branches in your outfit and saying, "Thank you for pulling me out," and running off before the prince just catches you by the arm. I don't think we're gonna do that yet. Which makes you so nervous. As you hear the music growing a bit louder from the ballroom, the prince spins you and you start to dance. Although your outfit is pretty ripped, he still wants to, enjoy the time with you. And once you start dancing, your third quirk, which you didn't even know about you had, activates. Shut up, notifications! And the quirk is people manipulation with your body. And it's best known with moving and dancing, as in dancing and shit. So you start to dance really well. I mean, seriously, your dancing skills in this video on point. So, you dance and the prince just, he can't keep his eyes off of you. Until you both hear his parents calling, "Hawks, where are you? Hawks, honey, where are you?" And the prince's mood is completely crushed. Oh shit, my parents. And he lets you go. You are still almost, you are so red that even the reddest of reds would be jealous of this red. Yes, I have just said red 3 times. Who cares? And you are just, you thank him for the dance, and you know that he wanted to kiss you. You could see it on his face because he started to blush when he did. And it's rare to get a king's son which blushes never to blush. It's just something really weird. So you give him a small peck on the cheek and run off. Which makes the prince completely shocked, and he freezes in his steps. Whilst you run away, you give the guards your phone number and tell them to give it to the prince when he gets to the castle, that you would like to talk to him. And you run off. Your parents are already waiting in your carriage, and you ride off to your, kingdom. The next day, The prince wakes up in his bed, whilst he thought he was all dreaming about all of this. Yet he wakes up to a guard knocking on his door. Your Highness, Your Highness, may I come in? The prince puts on some clothing and says, yes, 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 you may come in. As the guard does so, he holds a piece of paper. I'm sorry, Your Highness. This was given to me by a person. I don't know their name. They just wanted me to give it to you, and they said, call them, if I remember correctly. The prince says, okay, thank you. As he does so, he leaves, and the prince looks at the paper. That handwriting looks awfully familiar. Wait a minute. Hold on, is this the person that I was... Oh my god. So he looks at the paper completely shook. It was your phone number. Your phone number. He holds it to his chest and is like, we are gonna be together once. I promise. And that's where my dream / video ends. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys liked it, because it took me pretty long to think about what I put in the dream and what I don't put in the dream. I'm sorry if you hear some, background stuff. I try to make my videos better every time I make them, since I have no idea how to put music in my videos. So I just use my PC to make music, and I will write them, songs in the description. Anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed this, small story. If you want to see a part 2, just give me the info in comments. And if you have some ideas what the part 2 should be like, unless I already have part 2 in my brain somewhere hiding, just waiting for me to dream it again, I will most happily make a video out of your guys' ideas. I really enjoy making those. So, anywho, this is DOLFINLOVERMYLO, and I will see you at the next video. Later, Pringles!